Dude, again.
I was like, whatever. Hey, America, we're back. Toes are thawed. We are back. Segment 4. Why not? It's Christmas. Why not? Why not? The redoubtable one himself. Thomas the High Question
man's coming.
RJ Miliaccio, the man in the red suit, is right around the corner. Segment 4. A little dabble, a little this, a little that, a little whatever, a little season's greetings.
Yeah, where are we headed here?
Well, we were talking about the 3-level scores in the NBA and basically the matchup. Basketball's always been about matchups. What drives us crazy about the Boston Celtics is they have the kind of team where they can play the matchup every night because they have an advantage every night, no matter who it is. And like against Golden State, the matchup was go inside and kill them. They jacked 58 threes. They played their game. But they don't have to do that against them. They have the personnel where they can literally do that. And that's why Bird was great. And that's why, and again, LeBron started to do this later in his career. He developed a post game. And that's why LeBron was able to score more points. He realized, I can post these motherfuckers up. No shit, asshole. You've been able to do it for 20 years. Post them up. And he developed. To his credit, he did it. Kevin Durant could do it. He doesn't do it enough. Tatum drives me crazy because he could do it every night. And you couldn't stop him. And that's the thing. It's like, so we were talking about that. And how even Jokic and Embiid, he was talking about, he's right, Embiid doesn't usually get the ball on the block.
Yeah, we were talking about how little the post is fed the ball.
Yeah, it's
whether it's a big man down there or a slasher who's bigger than their defender. You almost never see an entry pass to the post.
No. And you brought up Mark Jackson, good point. He was an excellent.
He used to post.
He was one of the best post guards. Like Dennis Johnson was like this.
Dude, Tim Hardaway.
Yeah.
I mean, Tim Hardaway was short.
Yeah.
But
posted at Muggsy Bogues.
He knew how to post.
He did post
he
up.
Posted Muggsy.
Well, he was 5'3".
Well, he used to post up Nick guards like Charlie Ward and Chris Childs and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. You know, if a guard was 6'2", 6'3", Tim Hardaway could post you up.
Yeah, I mean, a 3-level scorer is what it really means is a guy who can play with his back to the basket, take you off the dribble, has a mid-range game, and can hit the three. There are very few 3-level scorers in this game today. And not because there couldn't be more. Luka could be a 3-level scorer. He's 6'7". He can post up a lot of smaller guards. So I don't get it. It's because you live at the foul line.
Yeah.
You'd live at the foul line, and you could.
And you force double teams too.
You force double. You can literally run your offense out of the post. And Larry Bird is the perfect example of it. He did it. He run off at the post. And again, if you had a good passing center, and Kareem could pass back in the day, and Ewing, all these guys could pass. If you
Ewing was so.
Well, not because he couldn't pass. He was 7 feet and could shoot over anyone. And
the only thing about Ewing is Ewing got to the point where he was shooting too much.
Yeah.
And it was like, all right, dude, you keep falling away.
He had that fade away.
Yeah, which was nice, but like he would lean on it the way guys lean on the three now. It's like, dude, fucking go dunk on that guy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, you look. The reason why I love Olajuwon so much and Kevin McHale, these guys could beat you with either hand. Their footwork was impeccable, and they were just. I mean, those guys. Tim Duncan was like that, and everybody's like he was boring. I'm like, watch this guy on the post. He's a technician. I mean, I saw him light Shaq up on the post.
Did you see this conversation between Mad Dog and Stephen A?
What
about centers?
He talked about Moses Malone, who, by the way.
Well, he said Shaq was
not as good as the most.
He said he was like the 5th best center, and Jay Will and Stephen A were like, "What are you talking about?"
Well, you know, here's the thing, and they're going on talent, and if you go on talent, Shaq's the best center ever.
But I mean, also
other than Wilt Chamberlain, Wilt Chamberlain, by the way, was 7'1", 290, and had a 48-inch vertical leap.
That's insane.
Can you imagine a 7'1" man with a 48-inch vertical leap? I mean, Shaq didn't have a 48-inch vertical.
2 feet taller than almost everybody.
And he was quick. He could run. He was big and fast. You know, look, Shaq's a freak of nature. I get it. Okay, and from a talent perspective,
he was just so dominant.
I've never seen anyone that big, that talented.
He was awesome.
But was he the best center? Was he better than Olajuwon? No. I saw Olajuwon light him up. I saw David Robinson.
Well, that's what Mad Dog was saying.
Yeah,
Mad Dog said Kareem.
Yeah, Kareem would have killed him.
Olajuwon, Moses Malone.
Yeah, Kareem would have fouled him out.
He said Wilt Chamberlain.
Yep, there were guys that could have given him fits. Yeah, because the thing is, Shaq from a skill set, like he could drop step and overpower you, but he didn't have the skill set of an Olajuwon, of a Jabbar, of a Moses Malone.
He developed a little bunny hook.
Yeah, but he wasn't.
But it wasn't money the way a Kareem hook was.
You know, and look. Styles make fights. The one legit center he faced in the finals swept him. Mm-hmm. It's a fact. So you can sit there. If we're talking from a pure talent, I get where Stephen A. and Jay Will are coming from. But Mad Dog's not talking about that.
Yeah, right.
He's not thinking and Mad Dog did not clarify this, and he should have, or he might have backed him off. Look, if we're talking just talent, yeah, I'm not talking about just talent. I'm talking about.
He said he's not a better player than.
Yeah, he's a better athlete. He's not a better player. And Larry Bird is the poster boy for this. And right now, Luka Doncic. How many guys on the floor on a given night is Luka a better athlete than? Yeah. He's in the bottom 3 every night on the floor. Same thing with Jokic. He's not athletic. He gets about one step off the. As Stephen A. goes, one step off the curb when he jumps. Yeah. One step off the curb. But he's the best player in the world right now, arguably. That's what Mad Dog is coming. And there's where Mad Dog fucked up. Had he turned the argument that way, Smith and
but that's what he was saying. He was saying
you and I got it.
He was saying he wasn't the most skilled big man of all time.
He's not. He's far from it.
Yeah,
he's far from it. And I agree with him on that.
But God,
could he overpower guys?
Watching Shaq was pretty cool.
He was great. Yeah. But Shaq will tell you he probably left 2 or 3 championships on the table because he ate himself out of the league. Yeah,
he probably would say that.
He would probably admit that. Okay, so you gotta go. There's something to be said for that. Okay? No one's talking just raw physical talent.
I got another topic.
Go ahead.
Did you see what Rashard Mendenhall tweeted? This has been kind of funny.
I refresh my memory. I did see something about him.
So he tweeted something like, I'm tired of mediocre white guys talking about football.
Mediocre
white guys suck at football. Instead of a Pro Bowl, they should have a black versus white bowl.
Oh,
so...
God.
Actually, I mean, people understand. It's kind of become funny. Like, people are posting videos, like, white people will come on and be like, oh, yeah, give me him. We're good. Our secondary's fucked, but other than that, we're good. And then, and then black people are like, oh, we got Mahomes. You can't take Mahomes. Like, it's become a funny conversation because people are just kind of, like, making fun of it, basically. But it was a very random tweet. Funny tweet. I thought it was kind of funny. I mean, it made me think of us.
Of course.
Mediocre white men.
I wasn't mediocre.
We're talking about right now.
I'm not even mediocre. I'm less than mediocre now. I'm 50.
I've never been mediocre. I was above and below.
No, there's no middle ground with me.
Never mediocre.
No, there was a time when I was really good, just period, and now I'm not mediocre. I'm below average now. I'm 50, and I feel 50.
So there is something to what he's saying, because when I watch The Fan, okay, The Fan is New York Sports Talk, right?
Yeah.
WFAN.
Yeah, WFAN.
I mean, there are some less than mediocre bumbling boobs.
Yes.
That you can tell never even played the sport in the backyard.
Yeah. And if that's who Mendenhall's referring to,
well, I think
he's got a point.
Well, I think it's just like there's so many voices out there of assholes.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, you're kind of knocking the whole.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's
and that's where you're wrong. You can't say the whole because you'd be wrong. Because I can just throw out one name, Tom Brady. Oops.
Well, I mean, no. Well, everybody, like, I saw this black guy on Twitter, and he was like, stop sleeping on that white team. He was like, they're going to roll out McCaffrey, Cooper Kupp, Adam Thielen.
Yeah,
they got Laporta, Kittles, Travis Kelce.
Don't sleep on them.
This is
How about Gronk?
Right.
You ever seen him like Gronk before?
But he's talking about right now.
No, but I'm saying Gronk 3 years ago. I know. Gronk won a Super Bowl 3 years ago. Like, the thing is, like, what's he talking about?
But that's why I'm saying he's talking about these D-bags that I see sometimes, and I'm just like, calm down, all right? Like, settle down. Yeah. I can tell you probably can't even throw a spiral. You know what I mean? Like, I see these guys on the radio. They can't even have a catch with a football.
Sir, you got cut from your JV high school basketball. Shut the fuck up. And if that's who he's talking about, yeah, he's got a point. But
I think that's who he's talking about.
But guys like me, no, don't. No.
So there's that.
I'm saying.
Anything else?
You kind of threw me for a loop on that. I forgot about Mendenhall. I forgot about that. No, just the, I think that the football this weekend, we're getting into the nitty gritty here.
Basically,
And
at the playoffs,
there's a lot of. If you look at we went over the picks, but there's a lot of most of these games have playoff implications.
Yeah.
I'd say maybe 2 or 3 don't. Okay, the rest of them, somebody involved has playoffs on the line.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. There's something to be said for parity. I said the AFC was going to be a dumpster fire. There's 11 teams over 500. I wasn't wrong about that.
It's too bad what's happened to the Texans.
Yeah, hopefully he's back next week.
I don't know that he's playing this weekend.
He's not playing this weekend. I don't think he is. That's why we picked.
But they won last week, right? Who did they beat?
They beat somebody.
I feel like we picked them to lose.
They did. They won.
Who the fuck did they beat?
I forget who it was. But they've had a hell of a year. They're a lot better. Like, I thought their defense would be good. Their offense is way ahead of where I thought it was.
Yeah.
But they drafted well. They drafted.
Did.
I'll tell you what, these guys.
2 rookies.
They 2 rookies.
It was one of the guys a second year, and we just didn't know about him last year.
Yeah, we didn't know about him because the quarterback wasn't nearly what this dude.
I think
is.
Nico Collins might be a second year.
Nico Collins.
Tank Dell was the rookie.
They got and they lost him for the year too.
Yeah, that's nice.
But look at their future is bright. They are
Seems
young,
like it.
talented. They got a good young coach.
Yeah.
They got a lot of things going for them, and hopefully he does come back at some point and they make a run at this thing. Because I'd like to see them get in it and just see what they could do. I think they could be dangerous.
Yeah.
But there's a lot. I mean, there's a lot of good teams. Like, the thing is, there are 2 clear-cut teams right now, and that's San Francisco and Baltimore, and they're going to meet Monday night.
Yeah.
Which, to me, how often do you get to see that in the regular season? You usually don't.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a hell of a
So that's
game.
the night game.
That's the Monday night game.
What's the 4 o'clock game on Monday?
Buffalo at the Chargers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They're
the middle one.
The 5 o'clock game is the NBA game.
That's Christmas Day. Boston, LA.
okay.
Think about Monday. Boston, LA, and then you got that one, and then you got
Baltimore,
San Fran. Yeah, that's a hell of a Monday. Like, you don't get that.
Yeah.
You only get that on Christmas Day.
The
If you're
problem-
a sports
the problem
fan,
is the Giants-Eagles game at 4. Because,
snooze
so,
fest.
I'm going to be at my father-in-law's house.
It's in Philly too.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm going to be at my father-in-law's house. And he doesn't really watch sports, but he pays attention enough to bust my balls if my team loses.
That's
like, isn't that annoying?
That's annoying.
Because it's like, so when his team loses, who he doesn't watch, I can't bust his balls.
Who is his team?
Doesn't give a shit. He doesn't really have a team. Washington would probably be his team.
See, first of all, there's a, and again, I don't know if he's ever had this conversation with his buddies, but I have. There is an etiquette to ball busting. If you don't have a team, you can't say nothing. You can't, because there's no chance for retribution.
We're not talking about my buddy. We're talking about my father-in-law.
No, but he's not. He doesn't.
I mean,
get it.
I like him. I
know, but he doesn't.
I love my
but
father-in-law.
he doesn't understand etiquette.
Well, because he's not a sports guy.
he's not a sports guy.
No.
So I would just be like, with all due respect, sir, you have nothing to say to me because you don't have a team.
I'm not going to say that.
You have a team.
I respect him too much. I allow him.
With all due respect,
I allow him to bust my balls.
Well, then
because
don't
of respect.
bitch about it.
I'm allowed to bitch about it.
Then stand up. Obviously, if it's getting to you, then say, look, get a team and then we'll talk.
Well, the good thing is the Giants have owned the Redskins for the last who knows how many years.
Is that his team?
Well, I mean, yeah. Like, because he's the type that, like, if I happen to see him right after the Washington beats the Giants, right?
Yeah.
They'd be like, what happened on Monday night, boy? And I'd be like, stop it. You didn't even watch
You
it.
played.
Yeah. So,
That's what you say.
but I mean,
You played.
the Giants.
Oh, you didn't tell me you were in the
Giants
lineup.
beat
I'd have bet the
Washington
house.
twice this year.
Yes,
right?
they did.
Didn't
yeah.
they?
Yeah, they did both times.
I mean, so it's like, but now if I put the game on, it's going to be the Giants, and they're going to lose to the Eagles, and I'm not going to care if they lose to the Eagles because like, they should lose to the Eagles.
Yeah, they're in Philly,
Right?
and Philly needs the
And
game.
Philly needs the
They need
game.
the game.
I am curious to see if that Giants D line can get after Jalen because the Giants defense has played pretty well.
Yeah,
I'd like to see them not get obliterated.
I mean, there are some things.
Past couple times they played the Eagles, it's been
There are some for the Giants. If I'm a Giants fan, there are some things to look forward to here. You've got a legit number one receiver in the making. Your defense looks pretty good. You got to figure out your quarterback situation.
Yeah.
You're either going to build the line or you're going to. This is the thing, and this is where the
got to
Pats
do both.
Yeah, you got to do both because you
gotta do
can't
both.
just. I don't give it. You can't draft a quarterback at number whatever, and expect him to come in and fix the world. If the line still sucks, that guy's doomed. Look at Bryce Young this year in Carolina.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, you're
gonna ruin them.
You're going to ruin them. You got to fix that problem first. And if you're not picking high enough, which they may not be, to get one of those top 2 or 3, draft the best fucking lineman on the board, and don't fuck around.
And then you also have to look at your coaching staff in terms of developing O-line talent, because the Giants have spent draft capital on the fucking line,
A lot.
and
They've missed a lot.
we still have these issues.
Yeah.
So like.
And they can't all be bad.
Exactly.
So,
and I saw some guy, I think it might have been Tommy Lugauer, who's a WFAN guy.
Yeah.
He said something like, 1 miss, of course, it happens.
Yeah.
2 missings, that happens too. Once you're missing on 3 linemen,
Or more.
is it a miss?
Or more.
Or like you're not teaching these
You
people
either don't
right?
have the coaches, or your talent scouts, or your scouts should be fired.
Right.
It's
Something's
one or the
a
other.
miss.
It's one or the other.
Something is a miss.
And if you're drafting them high enough, one of them's got to be talented
Yeah.
enough. So what do you Dante Scarnecchia never got enough credit for being maybe the best offensive line coach ever. Because the Patriots in Brady's era, in Brady's time, had 2 first-round draft picks that were linemen. 2.
Who was the old Stanford coach that was a good line coach? Bill Callahan?
I believe so.
He's a good old line coach.
Scarnecchia took a Division I college wrestler and turned him into an All-Pro. Guy
That's
never
good
played
coaching.
football. The guy could coach.
Teach
and
technique.
Scarnecchia was an ex-Marine.
Teach technique.
This motherfucker was the definition of tough, and they call him. His nickname was the best, Scar. He's Italian. Scarnecchia. Scar was his nickname.
That's
It's
good.
fucking awesome.
That's
I love
good.
that it's Scar. And Denny Bruschi glows and Bruschi played defense. He goes, that motherfucker was the most intense guy, and he wasn't a yeller, but the way he would talk, like you just.
Right,
No,
you listen to him.
You listen to him because he didn't waste words, and every time he said something, you're like, yep, and it would all come to fruition on the film. The worst part about Scar is Bruce says, don't doubt him because it'll come out in the film, and oh boy, Belichick will light you up.
Yeah.
He lights you up. Didn't he tell you that? Oh, you didn't listen to him. Oh, okay. Oh my God, yeah. So, and there's something to be said for that. So the Giants got to figure that out.
I would like the Giants to be competitive against the Eagles, because
They might be.
Because last year in the playoffs they weren't competitive. Then
Well,
they started the season off by not being competitive against Dallas.
If they look, here's what we
They need to show.
Here's what we do know: Philly's secondary is vulnerable. Waller's back. You've got Hyatt. You've got Ways. You've got
Waller did
Slayton.
nothing in New Orleans.
It was 4 for 40. 4 catches, 40 yards. Again, not great, but he was there.
Yeah,
10
I
yards
guess
a
you're
catch.
right.
Maybe they didn't target him enough.
That's probably
I mean,
what
but the thing is, like, they've got weapons now to hurt them if they use them.
If they use them.
So they've got they got to get they've got to get
Saquon's gotta do
they've got to get Saquon in the passing game. If the line's not strong, get him out in the flat,
Sure, yeah.
get him in open space where you can make a guy miss and make a play. Don't keep going between the tackles when your line can't block.
Right.
It's stupid.
and not just in the flat. Let him run routes.
That
let
touchdown he
him-
had last year where he did a double move out in across
Right,
that
yeah,
slant across.
yeah.
He turned like a 5-yard slant into a 60-yard touchdown.
Right.
Like he can do that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Put him in the passing game.
Yeah, let him run
Because you've
routes.
got Hyatt out there now, you got Waller out there, you still have Slayton. They can't key on one guy. I mean, I'm very interested to see, like, because honestly, at this point, you got to see what you have.
Exactly.
So why not open it up? What the
Open
fuck
it
you
up.
got to lose?
Right.
I mean, so if I'm Philly, that's what I'm doing. So,
New
and
York.
this kid DeVito has thrown. He can throw. Well, he doesn't have an arm. He can throw. Okay, so do
Yeah,
it.
and you gotta find a way to help him if in case the pass protection is bad like it was
Hyatt
in New Orleans.
and Saquon, if you bring him out wide, can win at the line.
Yeah.
And in the case of Saquon, he's going to have the third corner or a linebacker on him. That's a mismatch every
And Slay
fucking time.
is out again. I think Slay might be out until the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean,
He had
Philadelphia's
arthroscopic.
secondary is very, very vulnerable. And the Giants actually have some weapons that could take advantage of it if they're smart about it.
Tell you what, that would be a nice Christmas present.
Oh, yeah.
Giants W.
That would definitely.
I'd
At that point, the Matt Patricia curse is officially on.
Oh yeah.
It's officially on.
I
It's
might
not
have
already.
to text Joel.
Oh,
I might have to text.
you would
Joel.
have to.
And I don't like doing that to him because I don't like getting my balls busted.
You know, sometimes, though,
it's worth it.
the silence is better. because you know that they know you.
Well,
know.
he'll probably text.
He'll probably do it first to beat you to the
would
punch.
text,
and the
yeah.
best thing is, don't respond.
Don't respond.
Act like, so.
Man, that's just another game for us. But here's the thing.
It's not like the warning signs weren't there, Joel.
Philly, Philly needs this game.
Badly.
Badly. Because
Dallas is going to lose
right
in
now.
Miami.
They're tied with Dallas for the.
Dallas is going to lose in Miami.
That
defense, that defense is going to get
but you never know. I mean, we both picked Miami, but you never know.
I do know. Dallas are frauds. The Cowboys are fucking frauds. I do know.
But don't you feel like Miami is too?
I feel like Miami is at home and has more weapons. And Dallas's running game is not good. Miami can run the ball. Dallas does not run the ball.
No, Miami can.
They can hurt you.
They've got to be the best rushing team in the league. Right?
They can hurt you in a multitude of ways. They're going to stretch that defense out. They're going to make them cover. Look, if the Cheetah plays, Dallas has got no one in that secondary.
I think Cheetah's in there, but I don't know.
Well, they can't cover him or Waddle. Did you see what Waddle did last week?
Well.
When by the way, the Jets' defense is better than Dallas's defense. He tore that defense up without the Cheetah. He tore it up.
Yeah, he did.
And Dallas doesn't have a secondary like the Jets do. There's no Sauce Gardner back there. No. Okay?
But it's not even that. To your point, if Miami's smart,
they'll run the ball.
They will run
They'll
at
do
those
exactly
fucking
what
linebackers.
Buffalo did.
Yep.
And then they'll force Dallas to
Because
put.
Dallas can't stop
They
them.
will force Dallas to put 7 in the box, and if they do that with the
Then it's
Cheetah and
over.
Waddle out there, it's
Yeah.
over. It's all over.
Or even just with Waddle.
Waddle alone, they can't guard Waddle. So that's why. I
And
think
those backs can catch out of the backfield too.
Yep, they can hurt you in a multitude of ways, and Dallas's D is not good. Dallas's D is Micah Parsons, and that's it. Because since they lost Diggs, they have not been the same. And they couldn't stop the run when they had
It
Diggs.
really comes down to, can Dallas score with them? Because I think there's no way, like Miami's going to score.
Dallas is not going to be able to score with Miami.
You
If
think so?
Cheetah plays, no, they won't keep up with them. He'll make a mistake.
Yeah.
I guarantee he did it the other day. He'll make it. Prescott has usually been playing with the lead. When he has to play from behind or even, it's a different thing. He's a different guy. And I'm just telling you, Miami can get up 2 on you, 2 touchdowns quick. I mean, quick. If the Cheetah's out there, quick. It can be quick. And if he starts to feel that pressure, well, we've seen what he does with pressure. We've seen it. Right, Pete? So, anyway, that's our show for this week. You guys have a great Christmas.
Yes.
We're going to return next week for our end-of-year review, pre-New Year bash. It'll be on a Friday night, a freeform Friday. I'll still be off. Oh, my God.
Me too.
But, yes, you guys have a great Christmas, and we will see. What's today, Wednesday? Yeah, we're going to see you in about 9 days.
Today's the 21st.
There will be some 2 shows at least up north. Sean Darcy, I think, is going to join us for his Patriots recap. That's going to be interesting. Ian Skinner will come on to the Jekyll and Hyde, the Boston Celtics. And maybe my brother Pete, who will come on because he'll have to defend the.
Pete better come on.
Well, if the Cowboys lose on Sunday, we won't see him. If the Cowboys win in Miami, he'll be begging to do a show. If the Cowboys lose, you won't see Pete on the show.
So here's the thing. I love watching the shows with Pete.
Yeah.
Because it reminds me of us.
It does.
Just the way y'all
banter,
talk to each other.
The banter. Yeah.
But your friends are good too in terms of their knowledge about what's going on with their teams.
The sports fans up there, these guys prove it.
Yeah, they're good.
They're good. They know their shit. Mm-hmm. So we will.
Now Darcy is the one I met.
He's the firefighter.
He's the one I met.
The big one.
He was here.
Yeah, he was here. Ian was here for 1 day, but I don't think you were here when he was here.
Maybe it was Ian.
He had the kid who played basketball, Carson. They had kids.
Right. Didn't they stop on the way?
They stayed for 1 night, and they left to go to
Were we over
Disney.
there or were we over here?
We were here. Darcy and they both stayed for the night, and they left the next day.
So I've met them both?
I don't know. I know you've met one of them. I thought it was Darcy and Tracy.
Okay, so
They came from Kentucky Derby.
The guy I met, if I remember, had whitish hair. Fuck. I feel bad now.
Big or small?
Is either one of them small?
Darcy's bigger than. Darcy's almost my size. He's close.
Shit.
He's
I
almost
feel like
my
we're
height.
at DJ's house.
Well, they were down. That was Sean Darcy.
That was Darcy.
Yeah,
That's
they
who
were
I
down.
remember.
Sean
Okay, Darcy.
He's the football guy.
And Ian, I feel like
Basketball guy.
I remember from seeing on the show.
Yeah, Celtics. That's,
Yes.
Yeah.
But maybe I met him too.
You might have.
God damn, my brain is going. I'm sorry, fellas.
No, it's all right. But anyway, we will see them next week. So, again, Merry Christmas from IDD to you.
Happy New Year.
No, we'll be back before New Year's.
Happy Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah. Oh, that's over, right? The 8 days are the crazy days
We
are
can
over.
still wish it.
We can, yes, we can. So,
Any other Kwanzaa's probably around this time?
I don't know.
I think Kwanzaa is around this time.
Is it?
I mean, it's a Christmas. Have you ever heard the term Happy Christmas Hana Kwanzaa?
No. Have you?
Yeah.
I haven't.
I mean, whatever it is, Jesus. I'm not even religious. I mean, we celebrate Christmas, but not.
But he doesn't believe it.
Not as in Christ. We say it's all tradition at this point
Just
for us.
giving.
Well, no, it's family. It's reflection.
There is a meaning to Christmas. There is and you do feel it. It's different this time of year.
Yeah,
everybody feels it.
And I think regardless of whether or not you think Jesus
not,
Christ is your savior,
to me,
or
yeah,
whether you don't, I still think, there is a higher meaning.
There is a Christmas element, a deeper to Christmas, and look, it's different for everybody. For me, like him, it's like family.
Yeah,
it's that time. It's the one time that you see everybody, and it's always good to see them and catch up. At least in my case, it is.
You cook.
Some people,
together.
the food's spectacular, and I mean, look,
you slow down.
Yeah, I mean, some people dread it. I don't, because I don't see my family.
I love
very often. So I love it. So I'll be at Gil's for the big pool tournament. I'm going for my title, 11th championship.
You're a pool player?
I moonlight as a pool player.
Fuck out of here.
I got 10 championships, and they're on the wall. Every fucking one of them.
You playing against?
It's a money tournament. No,
does everybody have 5 thumbs?
No. Everybody has. You pick a different teammate every year. You can't have the same teammate. It's all drawn out of a hat.
Really?
Yeah, and the winner takes the pot. Oh, it's legit. You can't have the same teammate the next year. It's pretty awesome.
Dude, we've never played pool together.
I know, it's changed that.
We should do that.
We should. We will.
There's
New Year's resolution.
There's a couple pool halls downtown.
Yeah.
That's what, on a Thursday night, we should find a pool hall one of these times.
That'd be fun.
Watch the games.
Is there one around here? There should be one around here somewhere, right? Hall Street, maybe? It's got to be somewhere.
Might be one.
Yeah, we should find one. But that'll be our New Year's resolution, to find a pool hall.
Well, pool hall.
Pool hall.
I'm not very good at pool.
So,
but every now and then, if I catch a buzz, I can go on a little run.
Little 9-ball.
Yeah, little
bang,
bang, boom.
Little fast Eddie.
Yeah, and then I'll blow the game winner, and but at least I'll feel good about what I did.
I'll feel good about the first 7. It's the 8th one that kills you.
Yeah, I'll blow the game winner.
The dreaded 8 ball. But anyway, we will see you guys on December 29th, I believe. At which point we'll update the football, the NFL, the NBA, college basketball in full swing. So until then, for the redoubtable one himself, the highly questionable one, Merry Christmas, America. We will see you guys in about 10, 11 days.
We didn't talk about the Big East. Big East. Danny Hurley fell tonight.
It's early.
To Seton Hall. To the Pirates. Arg, matey.